I joined IIT. I did my chemical engineering in that college, and after that I gave GATE exam. And via that exam, I joined Indian Oil Corporation, a PSU. And for the last 7 years, I've been there only. I just started giving SC, and I wanted to finish as fast as possible. And that is not the way to go. I think you have to delve deeper into that. And then after you told me that you have to really go into each and every concept, you have to like relax, you have to like breathe in, breathe out. That those are other techniques that really helped me. You have to go by question, not thinking about what is going to happen and what happened previously. You have to let go all these. I still have that copy with me, and I was just writing so beautifully that this is the bullet point, this is the verb, this is the subject of that verb, this is the modifier. That was I was doing, and after 15 to 20 questions, I think that is ingrained in your brain, and then you don't really have to write all those.
Hello and welcome everyone to another debrief session of e-GMAT. And today we have with us another success of the e-GMAT company. And his name is Munindra Achieved. And he has scored a phenomenal 730 with a Q50 and a V39 on the GMAT exam last month. We welcome you, Munindra, on this debriefing session. How are you feeling?
Thank you, Akash. Thank you for a very good introduction of mine. Yeah, I'm feeling great. It's
Mhm.
awesome after preparing for such a long time and getting a score of 730 is really fantastic. I'm so happy about it.
Yes, I can totally understand. It's been a little bit of a long journey, almost a
Yeah,
year or so, almost more than a year, a little bit
yeah,
more
more
than a
than a
year.
year.
Yes,
Yeah,
but all's well that ends well, as we
yeah.
all say. Yes.
Okay.
So, how's your after GMAT life going on right now?
Uh, it's been a really hectic,
Mm-hmm.
juggling jobs and doing the essays and also
Mm-hmm.
preparing for interviews. It's been really
Mm-hmm.
hectic, but it's going great. Manageable at times, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's going awesome. Yeah, great. It's fine.
Perfect, perfect. So before we actually get on with this interview and we get on to know about your journey a little bit more, let's try to understand your background a little bit. So why don't you give your introduction to the viewers?
Okay. I started preparing for my JEE exam in 11th.
Mhm.
Prepared for that exam for 2 years, and then I joined IIT. I did my chemical engineering in that college, and after that I gave GATE exam. And via that exam, I joined Indian Oil Corporation, a PSU. And
Mhm.
for the last 7 years, I've been there only. My job is related to production of LPG, petroleum, diesel from crude oil, and that's about it. I look after the manufacturing and operations part of their
Okay.
plant. Yeah.
Okay. So that's a big turn actually from chemical engineering and from handling like being in a petroleum plant, handling the manufacturing production over there. When did you first thought of like the giving an MBA, like doing an MBA and giving the GMAT exam for that?
Yeah, actually, it's happened around like one of the seniors uh, in IOCN only. He scored about 720 and joined ISB. And then from my batchmate only, one of my friends scored 770, and he also joined ISB. So I was very curious about what exactly MBA is, and then I searched about it. And after college also, I tried to go for PGP from IIMS, and
Mhm.
cat was the way. But
Mhm.
after about 5 6 years, I thought cat is not the way to go. GMAT would suffice better.
Yeah.
So GMAT would be able to open so many doors for executive MBA. So I
Yeah.
went for GMAT and then search what exactly I can do. So then
Mhm.
I talked to my sister. She told me that one of her friends also gave GMAT. So I with him. I talked with so many people, and one of the common point that they shared, that for verbal you must go with e-GMAT. E-GMAT is the way. And after they also told me that there is a trial version, and I used the trial version, and I still remember that modifier file that
Mhm.
Mary decorated the lamp, and the lamp was decorated by Mary. I still remember that day, and
Yeah.
the way of teaching was really great. That's the way I started with Egypt. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. So that's a great journey that you started off over there.
Yeah,
So you're also one of those ISB aspirants who wants to join ISB.
yeah, I did.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
And I wish you all the best for that. I'm sure that you will be doing
yeah,
great in your applications and your interviews as well for ISB and for other programs as well. So
yeah,
let's try to get into how you started preparing for the GMAT exam. Okay, so as I remember that your first attempt was is actually in August last year,
yeah,
right? And that was you were one of our students, but you were doing mostly self study from the platform, right?
yeah.
And so talk us through that actually. What happened with that attempt?
Actually, I joined e-GMAT and then started doing the SC part. Yeah, of course, first we have to do the SC part. But before
Mhm.
that, there is master comprehension also.
Yes.
I just started with SC and didn't really know that there is a course about master comprehension. So I just started giving SC and I wanted to finish as fast as possible, and that is not the way to go. I think you have to delve deeper into that. So
Right.
after completing SC, CR, and RC from e-GMAT, I did complete it, but that was not holistic approach. I was just doing for the sake of completing the course. And in cementing also, I was not able to score well, but I just gave my GMAT. And then after that, I realized that that is not the way to go. You have to really go into the nuances of each and every sentence. You have to understand what exactly is said.
Mhm.
And then after I approached one of support team of e-GMAT, and from there I got you, and you told me that exactly what needs to be done, what exactly is needed from each and every module, and how to approach it. Uh, that's and after I think after completing that first e-GMAT, SC, and NC, and I think I score about 640. I scored 640, but I knew that my level was not up to that 640. I was hovering around 610, 620, and that's because I was just
Mhm.
rushing through the questions, not really just trying to complete the section, not
Right.
really going into the nuances of questions. That is what
Mhm.
was happening. And then after you told me that you have to really go into each and every concept, you have to like relax, you have to like breathe in, breathe out. That those are other techniques that really helped me. You have to go by question, not thinking about what is going to happen and what happened previously. You have to let go all these, and that way
Mhm.
I think concepts were there, but techniques of how to solve those questions was what I was missing in my first attempt.
Right. But you
Yeah,
still got a 670 in your first attempt.
yeah,
So that
yeah,
was a great launch pad. I can rather say
yeah,
that it was a great launch pad to actually get on to your final score that was 730 in your third attempt. But when you joined us back somewhere around September last year and you were assigned to me as one of my mentees, I can guarantee you one thing that you're one of my most diligent students. Whatever study plans I was giving you, it was getting done in the required amount of time without any issues at all. There were no issues
yeah.
or jiffies anywhere. Okay, you were one of the best students I ever had, and I'm glad that I was one of that I could have mentored you during this journey.
Yeah, thank you for your kind words. Yeah,
So when you joined back and we started off for your second attempt, so your second attempt was somewhere in the month of November last year,
yeah,
wherein you
no,
improved to 700 overall score.
yeah,
Okay, you touched the 700 barrier, still not your target score, but still a great improvement from where you started off. So
yeah.
talk us through that improvement. So let's start with verbal first. Okay, so what were you doing in verbal earlier, and what we did in verbal at that point of time that helped you with that improvement?
Yeah, for my first attempt, as I told you, I was really rushing through the questions.
Mm-hmm.
For example, if I was giving a quiz of about 10 questions,
Mm-hmm.
and in cementing quiz, I think we get only 15 minutes to complete those 10 questions. I was trying to do all the 10 questions, and not exactly going into how to get that question correctly. I was just trying to complete that question, and my accuracy level was pathetic. It was around 2 to 3 questions only I was getting correct. And then I realized that, okay, I shouldn't be going through
Mm-hmm.
that way. I should really concentrate on a particular question and try to solve 5 or 6 questions and try to get all those correct. like the accuracy part is above 55% that we have to get in hard cementing. And I
Mhm.
was trying to go like, okay, if I attempt only 7 questions and I get around 6 questions, then already I'm uh, crossing that barrier of 55%. So that way I was trying to be as relaxed as possible while solving the question. And
Mhm.
then automatically that was like a switch. Only
Mhm.
about 2 days I think I realized
Mhm.
that this is the way to go. And from around 20 to 30% of accuracy, I directly jumped to 50-60% accuracy in hard.
Mhm.
And that, I think that is the way
Mhm.
to go. uh, Rushing through all those, that is not that is the worst that I
Mhm.
can do. That I knew all the concept that I have to go by meaning based approach.
Mhm.
Grammar is that is the default, that grammar you must know that. And
Yeah.
then accordingly that meaning based approach is the way to go. But relaxing, that is like a switch for me. And then
Mhm.
that was like magic happened then.
So the time management strategy played a
Yeah,
big part in
yeah,
improving in verbal. So what about apart from the time management strategy? Okay, what you changed in your SC and CR specifically that
yeah.
helped you change your scores as well?
Yeah. For the first attempt, I was really that rushing. I already told, and then
Mm-hmm.
for second attempt, I tried to do. I just forget. Uh, I was trying to simplify as much as possible. I was thinking
Mm-hmm.
that you are the expert, you know all the things, you have been to you have guided so many students. So I just do as you tell me to do, told me. I was just trying to follow all the instructions, exactly what you want me to do. And
Mm-hmm.
that was it. And while solving the questions, I really wrote every single word, every single letter.
Okay.
And the way after that, after first attempt, I solved a master comprehension file, that
Mm-hmm.
exactly how you have to read the question, sorry, exactly how you want to read a sentence, and then
Mm-hmm.
breaking the sentence into smaller chunks. And then
Mm-hmm.
I exactly wrote with that bullet point in my file, in my
Yeah.
copy, in my.
Mm-hmm.
And solved around 10 to 15 questions in that way. I still have that copy with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just writing so many so beautifully that this is the bullet point, this is the verb, this is the subject of that verb, this is the modifier. That was I was doing. And
Mm-hmm.
after 15 to 20 questions, I think that is ingrained in your brain, and then you don't really have to write all those.
Mm-hmm.
First, of course, you have to write all those things, then you have to understand, yeah, this is that. But after I think 15 20 questions, you have that mastered that approach, and that is that is fed into your brain.
Yeah.
So you don't really have to write that. And that way I think going to that basics was very important for me. And that way I was relaxed too. First, initially, I just still remember that I initially used to take around 13 to 15 minutes to solve a particular question.
Yeah.
And then automatically that dropped to around 1 minute 30 seconds for SC, 1 minute 35 seconds for SC, even for hard level 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I think going to that basics, and then writing those 15 20 questions.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, if I have a break of about that, after, of course, after scoring 700, I had a break about 4 to 5 months. I was preparing for ISB interviews and all that. And then again, when I started, I just wrote about 10 to 15 questions again in that same manner. And again, that process was ingrained inside of my brain. So
Right.
I think sticking to basics, trying
Mm-hmm.
to relax as much as possible, never trying to rushing in the process. That is
Yeah.
the way I think I improve a lot.
Yeah. That's a great way to look at it.
Yeah,
For CR, as I remember, you were naturally good in CR because of your logical way of thinking. Okay, so in CR, we didn't had much of a difficulty to improve your ability actually over there, and that
yeah,
actually translated in RC as well. Okay,
yeah,
for quant, as we all know, you're one of those engineers, and you were naturally good in quant. So it was
yeah,
all about maintaining your quant ability while you were doing your verbal, right?
yeah.
So what you used to do in quant in order to maintain your ability over there?
Actually, for my first and second attempt, I just solved quant question in the last like 10 days only. for
Okay.
about, I think I solved only around 20, 200 to 250 questions. My
Mm-hmm.
speed was always good. I used to solve around, if I have a mock of about 32 question, and I have 62 minutes, 31 question in 62 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I used to have like 7 to 8 minutes left. So
Mm-hmm.
timing was not the issue. The problem was that the small things, that this is an integer solution. You have to understand that only integer solutions are there. You have to consider only integers. You have to
Mm-hmm.
consider only positive integers if that is what is given. So those are the mistakes that I was doing, and always looking after the solution. I knew that okay, these are the mistakes that I have to look after. And I only solved only mocks only around, and
Mm-hmm.
only gave custom quizzes from e-GMAT, and
Yeah.
I solved OGs too. So
Mm-hmm.
trying to find exactly what I was doing. And from my first attempt, first and second attempt, I came to know that geometry was my weaker part.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I was not concentrating on geometry. I thought that I am very good at geometry, but I
Mm-hmm.
think I was not getting the what exactly my problem was. So I again solved a lot of questions on geometry, especially concentrating on geometry. And I
Yeah.
think I got 100% accuracy in my real GMAT in
Yeah.
geometry, I think. And my timing was also around 1 minute 20
Mm-hmm.
for geometry. So understanding where I am lagging and understanding how exactly to approach that question. That is what e-GMAT gave me. You are really that showing me that you are taking this much of time to solve a
Mm-hmm.
particular topic question, and this is the difficulty level that you are able to solve correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what I think helped me a lot, that
Yeah.
solving quizzes, because concept wise I think I didn't really need any help in that.
Mm-hmm.
Only just solving the questions and understanding where exactly I'm making mistakes. That is what I
Right.
was trying to do. Yeah.
Yeah, because you were already around the Q49 and Q50, it was just to maintain, and that's how you tried working on your weaker areas as well, that, like the
Yeah.
way you worked on your geometry part, right? So when you gave that 700 attempt in the month of November last year, it was definitely an underperformance. I can
Yeah.
clearly say, because I was mentoring you and I knew that you had the potential to score better. It was just a bad day
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
that day, right? But after that, you took a break from the GMAT exam for about 4 5 months before rejoining us for your final attempt. But
Yeah.
within those 4 5 months, I remember you did a lot of things in order to improve your like application and everything, right? So guide us through that. Like what all things you did during those 4 5 months, which really helped you build your application as well.
Yeah, I think I gave my GMAT or around 4th of November, and
Yeah.
I think round two application deadline for ISB was around December 4th or 5th. I think I
Mm-hmm.
don't really know the exact date.
Yeah.
So for a month, I was taking help from ISB mentors, yeah, of course, and they helped me about how to write the essays and how to learn all this. And
Mm-hmm.
then after that, I also took the help for my interviews. I was giving mock interviews, and then after that, I believe I was I knew that I have to apply. That 700 is not a great score for an engineer to apply for
Mm-hmm.
ISB, and so I knew that I have to improve my profile. So I took some kind of different projects in my office, and I was also preparing for a CFA level one. That of course, being an engineer, I will struggle in uh, during my MBA for in finance, especially in finance. So I was thinking that okay, I have a spare time of about 3 4 months, so I should improve
Mm-hmm.
my financial knowledge. And in the meantime, I was also waiting for my results, but I
Mm-hmm.
was like skeptical about it. Okay, this is a 50-50 chance that I may not get it. I may get it. So I was just preparing for CFA level one, and I knew that I need about 1.5 months or 2 months to improve my score. So around June, I contacted you again. Around May or June, I think.
Yeah.
I contacted you again, and I asked you how much time we need for improving my score. And you told me that around 30 to 45 days are enough. And I think for uh, for safer side, I think I took about 60 days, I
60
think.
days. Yeah.
Yeah, 60 days, around 60 days. So I was again relaxed in a some kind of way that okay, 32, I have I may be taking out 30 to 45 days, but I have a
Mm-hmm.
15 days of margin buffer margin is there.
Mm-hmm.
So I was again relaxed about it. I was studying. It was not a relaxed key manner. I stopped my studies and then watching some kind of
Yeah.
things, wasting my time. Now
Yeah.
I was relaxed, like I was solving the question. I was giving my mocks, giving quizzes, not mocks,
Mm-hmm.
quizzes, and understanding what exactly is going wrong. Relaxing, like
Yeah.
going into the questions and taking almost like reviewing that question for about 10 to 15 minutes and trying to get exactly how maximum input from that questions. And
Yeah.
we already know that good quality of questions are very few. You can't really go and waste all the questions, good quality questions, and then
Yeah.
come back and practice as much as possible. That is not the way to go. You have to understand that you have a limited amount of resources,
Mm-hmm.
good resources, and you have to get as much as possible from that resource.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what I did. And I think used to study like that article that Rajat told us that you
Mm-hmm.
may study Economics Times and New York Times if you want to improve your English reading skills. And I'm not a reader. I have never
Mm-hmm.
read a single book in my life outside my course.
Yeah.
So for that in those 4 or 5 months, I also read articles. I try to read about 2 articles a day.
Mm-hmm.
That is not happening all every day, but I was
Yeah.
at regular about it. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, of course, I have to read all those and improve my
Mm-hmm.
RC too.
Mm-hmm.
In the end, I feel that I still underperform in my RC,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it helped with my SC and CR too. If you read articles in that, then that is what I think I did in those gaps.
That's really great actually, because not many students use the break time efficiently, right? You didn't just improve your theoretical knowledge by preparing for the CFA exam, okay,
Yeah,
but you also improved your practical knowledge by being a part of more and more projects in your company, right? So
yeah,
that was a great balance that you actually did for, and that really helped you in building your application as well. That will help you out in your future interviews with the colleges. You
yeah,
will
yeah,
have so much more to talk about during your
yeah,
interviews.
yeah, yeah.
Perfect. Yes. So now you gave your attempt in the month of August, wherein you got your final score that was 730 with a Q50 and a V39, right? So how was your test? Like, what was your test day experience like?
uh,
What happened when you
quite
saw that
strange.
score finally on the screen?
Yeah, quite strange. I was like, I was expecting around 650, 660. That's how
Okay.
bad I felt that I gave my verbal.
Mm-hmm.
So my exam was around 10 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
I reached the center around 9:15, I think. And I went into the room at around 9:30. So I thought
Mm-hmm.
that I have 30 minutes of margin and I will relax. But they
Mm-hmm.
told me that start the exam now. So I started my exam at 9:30 instead of 10. So that was like a surprise for me. That of course that is not a big issue, but at that moment of time, it
Yeah.
felt like, yo, okay, I have 30 minutes and I can relax, I can breathe, I can do all the things that I wanted to do before the exam. But I was not able to do that. That I was rushed through the exam. So
Mm-hmm.
that is small case. Okay, that's fine with me. So I started the exam,
Mm-hmm.
and then around I think that is a you gave me a time matrix for verbal and quant. For verbal, that I was trying to follow the time matrix, but around 18 questions, I think I was behind for about 6 to 7 minutes. So
Okay.
that was like a little panic mode I was in. So
Mm-hmm.
I thought that okay, I have to really manage my time well now. So there was one RC. I
Mm-hmm.
just skimmed through it. That is not the way to go, of course. That is not
Right.
suggested by e-GMAT also. But I thought that okay, this RC I should skim and
Mm-hmm.
then try to attempt questions. And I, of
Mm-hmm.
course, got wrong and I underperformed. But I try to make up that time in the next questions. I try to get that question
Yeah.
correctly. Get okay, I have that 2 3 minutes of buffer I have gained, and now I have to solve those questions and get my questions accurately. So I was trying that, and in SC, I knew that I can save my time, so I try to get as much correct questions in SC as possible, and try to minimize my wastage of time in RC. I was trying that. in mock, of course, I had an ample amount of time in each while I was giving my mock in e-GMAT also. Uh, I think I never had the trouble of completing my exam, but in real exam it was like rush,
Mm-hmm.
and because of that time matters, and I was behind 6 7 minutes, and then
Okay.
again that RC came, and then again I skimmed through it and then tried to solve the questions. But for SC and CR, I was at focus that I have to get those questions right, and I think that the difficulty level went high in between. So I think
Right.
that was that way I was struggling a bit too.
Mm-hmm.
But in the end, after completing the verbal, I thought, oh no, again I have to get my GMAT exam and I have to again prepare for 15 days. And so I was like preparing myself. कि okay, I have to give, okay, चलो दे देंगे, कोई बात नहीं, कर लेंगे वापस से. And then after a gap of about 8 minutes, I gave my quant, and then I think 18 minutes were left, and I was left with only one question.
Yeah.
So I had about 18 minutes for last question, and then I thought that okay, I'm not going to get this question wrong in any way possible. I'm going to take ample amount of time. So I took about 3.5 minutes for that question, and then I
Mm-hmm.
thought that what should I do? Should I relax? What should I do? So I thought okay, submit kar dete, chalo. So I submitted, and then after again 8 minutes, I gave my AWA and IR. And then
Right.
I was so scared to like submit my AWA. So I was thinking that I have screwed up my verbal. I might be getting my score about 660, 670 because I skimmed through two RC processes.
Okay.
But I just had my screen like that, and then tried to see that, oh, I have a seven. Oh, I have seven. I have scored more than 700, and then 730. I saw that, so I was really relieved that okay, finally I have my 730, and I was happy, yeah, elated.
That's perfect. No, sometimes you do need a little bit of luck and some calculative guesses that you made on that
Yeah,
day,
yeah,
and that
yeah, yeah,
really played to your part. That's
yeah,
perfect. So, perfect, yeah. So, what about the mocks? Okay, let's talk a little bit about your mocks journey. Okay,
yeah.
so what do you think that what were your strategies in the mock exams that actually helped you in your final attempt?
Okay, I think the guessing part was really important. Yeah, of
Yeah.
course, you have to relax in some way and not thinking about what you have done in your previous questions or what is going to happen in the next question. You have to really focus on your particular question. That is what I learned in my mocks.
Mm-hmm.
And that time matrix, that of course, that I am at 18th question, and
Mm-hmm.
my time matrix should be around that this mark only. And because initially you have a medium level question, and then later you might be getting the hard level question, and you need that extra kind of buffer for those questions.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you screw up on those questions also, then also your score might drop a lot. So so the following that time matrix was
Mm-hmm.
very important in those mock. I believe that. And those relaxing, that taking a deep breath after after questions, after uh, thinking about a particular question, and then forgetting about it, and then starting new with a new question was
Yeah.
really important. And that practicing that approach was really helpful during the mocks. And
Mm-hmm.
of course, time metrics, thank you so much for that time metrics, that really helped. Yeah,
Perfect, perfect. So before we actually sign off for this interview, any
yeah.
final tips for other GMAT aspirants who are watching your video right now?
Yeah, first, be as relaxed as possible. Try to solve question in a relaxed way. Not Do not think about what happened in the previous question and what is going to happen in the next question. Try to concentrate on that question.
Mm-hmm.
And second tip I would give them, that try to be at base at as possible. That first, build your foundation. Take as much time as possible. I used to take about 13 to 15 minutes. And if you're
Mm-hmm.
taking around take as much as time as possible. Try to get the question right. Try to get that mechanism, that with the way of solving the question that e-GMAT tells us to do. The e-GMAT way, I think, is the best way to go. You don't really have to think about that, oh, okay, how to solve this question. the e-GMAT has a well-defined structured way. Follow
Mhm.
that way. Take as much time as possible that is needed for you to get to that particular mark. So that is the those are the two tips that I would give them. And
Mhm.
do not run. Yeah, of course.
Perfect, perfect. Those were some great valuable tips, Maninder, that you have given to the other GMAT aspirants, and I'm sure that everyone must have learned a lot from this interview.
Yeah,
And we wish you all the very best for all your future endeavors from the
yeah.
e-GMAT family. And I'm sure that you will be excelling in each and everything that you will be getting into. Thank you,
Thank you
Maninder, for
so
being a
much.
part of this, and all the way best. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.